I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I get up when I'm bleeding, barely breathing. I'll never back down.
This is the collision of common sense and comedy. This is Defenders Live.
I'll never back down. Thought I was 6 feet under.
Oh my goodness. You know what I love about America?
What's that?
Is we always honor something. It's always something.
Yeah.
You know, there's you know, certain, People's Month, there's History's Month, there's certain holidays, there's all kinds of I like the things that we do. And the little crafty new things we pop up with. I love it.
You actually like them?
I get tickled by it actually.
You do?
I do.
Really?
I know it sounds weird.
Gay Pride Month?
Hey, it's something new. Month. I know. It's something
Month.
Interesting to look forward to. Why are you giving me that look?
I know you.
You're that well?
I know you, and I know that's a lie.
That's not entirely a lie. It's fascinating. It really is.
Fascinating,
The
sure.
new things that they pop up with. You know what this week is?
Fascinating is fine.
Do you know what this week is?
No.
This is Banned Books Week.
Banned
Books Week.
Banned Books Week.
Yeah. As in, adding to list of books that are apparently banned in the United States.
Well, you know what? But
Which one might call ironic considering the fact that this is supposed to be, the land of the free with free speech and all kinds of other
that's not
stuff. There's
No. All right.
No?
So before we go there.
You sure?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
wanna-
Because I've been really tired lately.
You have.
been really.
You have. I mean, I have
Really
too, but you kind of
super tired.
you went from flying a desk to actually doing work.
Physical labor.
Doing
again.
work
I'm like,
again.
oh, I'm tired. Really tired.
This is kicking my tail.
I mean, I'm liking it a lot more, but oh
But-
my God, I'm so tired. And this has caused a problem.
You can't take this crap.
No.
Okay.
This has caused an actual problem.
Okay.
You see, this weekend was my wife's birthday.
Uh-huh. And you, what did you do for her birthday?
I nothing.
Not a damn thing.
Nothing. Absolutely
Wow.
nothing. In fact, I was so caught up with work and being tired
Oh no.
that it was gone out of my head.
So why are we doing a show right now? And why are you not like?
Well, this is a commitment, and I'm trying to make sure I live by it. Anyway,
no.
anyway, I need y'all prayer. All of you.
Because you about to be dead, man.
No, it's not that.
You just got to get through all this
Yeah.
crap.
Yeah. I just, yeah. If you don't, because I'm not necessarily in the doghouse, but I am, but I'm not.
No, but you are.
But I am. Obviously, I
absolutely
obviously
are.
am. It's an obvious thing.
You absolutely are.
And it was completely unintentional, and it's not something that I've ever done, but it's also something that will never be forgotten now.
oh no.
So
No.
that's something I have to live down for the rest of my life.
Yeah, you do.
But anyway,
Because it's always going to be brought up. You remember that time?
yeah, I do. I always
you
will
remember
now.
that
And I
time?
will. Because a lot of things that happened over the weekend now make a lot more sense.
Doesn't it though?
It's just a lot of okay, that makes a lot more sense now. Okay.
Got
it's not
it.
perfectly good now because I was not there. Nope. Mentally checked out.
Not even a little bit.
I was 1,000 miles away.
Wow. So this,
And
we should call this episode the Green Mile.
right. Yeah. No. I told you flat, so take for this weekend, right?
Uh-huh.
And they the whole thing that we were
Yeah.
supposed to do.
Mhm.
I remember telling you the day that we found out that's my wife's birthday. I'm not going to be able to do anything there. I remember saying that to you.
You know what? Now that you say it, I remember
I remember
that too.
saying that to you.
I remember that too.
And the time came for that thing to happen, and I was nowhere.
I remember that.
I would nowhere.
I remember.
Like, I said, I try to be good for this sort of thing. Like, I remember down to basically the minute now of when I started dating my wife. All right.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, this is a first, and it's something that's bothering me now a lot. It bothers me a hell of a lot
Oh, I'm sure it should.
because it's not something that I do.
No, I know. But it's been
Like, I'm pretty sure that if it continues this way, I'll forget my own. Like that, I'll even forget that I had a birthday, and
it just means you need
it'll
to
be like
slow down.
it'll be Thanksgiving, and I'll be like, wait, it's thanks. Oh, son of a.
You just need to slow down. Take a breath.
But yeah,
No. But I'm saying, slow down.
more coffee. Got it. More coffee.
you could do that too.
It is
but
more coffee. I just
slow
I
down.
just need more coffee.
Take it easy.
Just need more coffee. That'll be fine. Anyway, so yeah.
Adam W. Johnson over
PSA,
Twitter.
I'm sorry.
Might I suggest the song "Happy Birthday" by Train? It's about missing her birthday.
No, I won't. Not gonna happen.
It's too late. You already did.
No. I'm saying I'm not gonna do that song. Anyway, back to the story. Go right ahead. It's all you.
Oblivion and flickering. Unlike my marriage, this is a commitment.
Ouch. That hurts. That hurts a lot.
It's just nice that for once I'm not the one in
Right.
trouble.
You didn't do anything.
I'm
wrong
always
this
in
time.
trouble, and for once it's not me. This
Yeah,
is,
no.
This is
You're a bad
frickin'
influence,
nice.
Dylan.
I know, right?
I blame you.
It's all my fault.
I blame Dylan. So, banned book week.
So let's get back to that. huh?
Right. Yeah.
How about that? Banning books.
So bad.
So what makes it ironic to me is this this is an article from USA Today. Mm-hmm. Okay.
yeah.
And USA Today is actually trying to defend some of these books.
Defend the books?
Yeah.
Or defend the banning?
The books.
Oh, well.
Yeah. As journalists, it's our job to keep the truth even when it's uncomfortable, which is kind of weird to hear.
Allegedly.
I know, coming from them, but, you know, whatever.
Sure.
We value diverse perspectives. Mm-hmm. Right, you do. And are open to new ideas and respect intellectual freedom. So it should come as no surprise that the thought of banning a book would make us riled. I find that hard to believe.
Considering all the books that have technically been banned.
Well, I'm thinking just the way that they write their articles and things like that.
Yeah.
I find that hard to believe, but whatever. That's why this year's Banned Books Week, USA Today staffers are defending some of the most challenged books in America as compiled by the American Library Association's Office of Intellectual Freedom. I had to breathe there because it's really long.
The ALAOIF.
Yeah. Why are these titles challenged or banned? For a variety of reasons, including offensive language, being sexually explicit, having violence, promoting LGBTQ perspectives, and expressing alternative views.
Well, okay. What? Are we talking about books being banned from school, or are we talking about books being banned from?
I just read you what
Public
was there. It doesn't say.
Oh,
You might want to look that up or something while I'm doing it. What happens when a book is challenged in school board? It must be what it is. School boards and public libraries. Titles can be removed from school curriculum or library shelves. Most public schools and libraries have boards comprised of elected officials and members appointed by elected officials.
Yeah.
It is by the power of these officials that a book can go from challenged to banned in a particular school district or public library.
Okay.
It even if it happens only once, it's one time too many. And I completely agree.
Sure. Now, here's a caveat. Small caveat.
There is.
School library.
Okay.
Should a school library have porn?
No.
That's banning the book, though. It's banning the book.
Well, hold on.
for the
You would have to define that to a point because let's be honest, most porn is either done through magazine, which is not considered a book.
Right.
It's a magazine, or through video.
romance novels.
That's not porn.
Yes, it is.
They don't count that as porn.
I don't care if you don't count it as
But
porn.
I'm saying it by the you see that's what I'm saying.
if anybody's ever read a book,
Louis L'Amour.
if any,
My grandpa used to love those books. That was
no, I'm just saying any book whatsoever. If you've read a fiction story
Look.
ever, you play it in your head like a movie.
look. Louis L'Amour. I will never forget this.
I don't even know who this is.
Just My grandpa is what broke me. I used to have, as a kid, I used to love to read. Okay?
Yeah.
I would, most of my time was spent on the toilet reading, as a matter of fact.
That makes sense.
I would take giant books and I would be in there for upwards of hours
Reading a book.
reading a
on the
book, not
toilet.
realizing it. And then all of a sudden you try to get up and your legs are asleep and you fall down and it hurts. And blah, blah, blah.
Right.
My grandpa, especially once he retired, that's all he did. He would get up, he would eat breakfast, he would shoot himself with his insulin, he'd take his spit can, he would take his dip, he would take his coffee, he would go out into the yard if it was warm, and he would sit in the yard and he would read constantly.
Just
these
constantly
books.
read.
So him reading these books is what broke me from reading, especially on the toilet,
Why?
because we were up visiting my grandparents. And I didn't have any of my books. And so I'm in the bathroom and there's one of Grandpa's books.
Oh no.
Oh, yes.
Oh no.
I started reading that book.
Tell me it's not porn.
No, that absolutely was graphical.
Yeah,
But it wouldn't be classified.
it
as
is.
porn.
I'm sorry. It is.
I agree with you.
It may be covert, but
It's
it is.
very but after that moment, I quit because I didn't know at first I didn't quite grasp what I was reading
Right?
because I'm
You
like,
knew the words.
No,
but-
no. I didn't. I was like 9 or 10, and I
Yeah.
kept trying to figure out what the hell does member mean. What is it? Why is that in there? I had no idea.
Right.
None.
Right.
None.
That's a very generic term for the thing.
I know that now.
And stuff.
Thank you. I figured that out.
After a little while.
After a little while, I kind of got the hint.
After about an hour.
It didn't stay long, and after that, I just no. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
So I quit reading on the toilet after that. I said, nay.
not going to read at Grandpa's house.
Not gonna let that happen anymore.
So you tell me that
Oh no, I agree.
romance. Should there be a quote romance
Okay.
section?
That absolutely in a school library?
No.
No, absolutely, not.
Absolutely not.
Maybe in a regular library,
Sure.
if you want to, but definitely not in a school library.
Okay. So there's.
Which is ironic because I would be all about having Mein Kampf and the Communist Manifesto in there.
Yes, because people should read that.
You should learn.
Also, you should read how to do basic accounting, but people don't do
That'll
that.
do accounting for dummies.
That should be there.
That should be there.
Actually, that should be a requirement for math.
You would think. Anywho'sin, continuing on. Sure, there's an argument that we can bypass places such as public libraries and purchase a book.
Yeah.
But that's only true for those with the financial resources to do so.
Do you know how much
Did
books
you
cost nowadays?
Do you even better? Do you know that you can literally do the Audible thing or whatever,
Or subscription-based services. You
subscription-based
can get
thing.
at least one book a month.
Yeah, for free.
Kindle.
Yeah.
They do that there.
Yeah.
You got the Kindles, you've got the Audibles, you've got free resources
There's all
where
kinds of
people have taken and they have scanned into a PDF
Yeah.
the original documents or whatever else into book form, and you can go find all of these books free sourced everywhere,
Everywhere.
so you don't have to buy them.
No.
Now, buying them because you want to support the author is yes.
I mean, and that's obviously, a nice thing too. That's kind of like, you don't pirate music or whatever, but
right, but at the same point in time, there are at least 7 or 8 services that I can think of off the top of my head.
Right off the dome.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm right there with you.
For books. Like
Yeah.
if books are your thing, yeah.
I just don't like the way they did that because now it's like, well, you see, it's only the wealthy are able to have books. Shut up.
That's not true.
Shut up.
A paperback version is significantly less expensive than the hardcover.
Oh, I agree.
It may not last as long, and if you don't take care of it, it will break. But so will the hard copy.
So will the hard copy. But, that's bad. For many, particularly children and young adults, school and public libraries are their only means to access literature. Literature.
No, I'm not, because my kids go to the library.
They do.
Yeah,
They do.
my kids go to the library. I also have books in the house. They haven't read most of them.
No, they haven't.
No, they haven't. They instead go to the library and find books that they think they want to read.
Yeah. And you're like, no, Pumpkin, that's not right.
Yeah, no, not that.
Not that book. That's bad.
Sorry, not that one.
With that in mind, USA Today staff looked at challenged and banned books and chose those that are meaningful to them. In the book's defense, we've written why they deserve a place in our schools, libraries, and society. Shall we dive into these?
Oh, no.
Uh-huh. First on the list, I'm assuming this is in no particular order.
Yeah, okay.
Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry by Mildred D. Taylor.
Okay.
American Public School reading curriculum is heavily white.
Okay. Is this a banned book?
It's supposed to be, I guess.
Is it?
I guess.
Is it? Why? Why is it banned?
I don't know.
Oh, this is why. Here you go. It's about her family, the Logan family, sharecroppers in rural Mississippi for love of whose love for each other helps them survive the cruelties of the Jim Crow South. So you have language.
So you-
racist language.
Is it how it, but
Racial slurs, experiencing racism, recall, yeah.
Okay,
so
but-
it has racial slurs, and people don't want to read that.
but racial slurs. Really, that's where we're going to go with it. Is
Yeah.
the racial slurs.
Oh yeah,
Even though it's expressing how horrible it was to be living back during Jim Crow.
oh yeah. I mean, it's
No,
like,
let's
it's like
sugarcoat
they banned
Sorry,
for a while they banned Mark Twain.
Oh, I know they did. It was Mark Twain, Huckleberry Finn, all those. Next one up on the list is George Orwell, Animal Farm.
That was a required read when I was in high school.
Yeah, I thought it was fantastic.
That was a required read.
Yeah. I first read the book in middle school in Phoenix, only a few years after my family had escaped communist Vietnam in 1975. I checked it out in my school library because of the title and was ready for enchanted spiders and pigs like in Charlotte's Web by E.B. White. Instead, in Orwell's attack on the Soviet Union, I recognized all too well what my family was hearing from relatives who hadn't been able to flee the fall of Saigon. Daily indoctrination classes, South Vietnamese officers sent to re-education camps, their homes confiscated, given to communist officers. Those who could afford radios risked imprisonment to listen to the voice of America because you couldn't believe the state-run media. Orwell wrote Animal Farm because he wanted to tell the story of Russian Revolution in a way anyone could understand, and children everywhere need to. That is from some person who obviously works there.
Right.
Sounds bad.
Yeah. The next on the list is Beyond Magenta. Transgender teens speak out.
Why? Speaking out about what? I would like to know.
I don't know either. A 2019 study revealed that approximately 3% of American teens aged 13 to 17 identify as transgendered or gender nonconforming. In this book, Kuklin interviews 6 trans teens about their childhood, their
good.
coming out experience, and where they are today.
Isn't that good?
It's all about the quilt bags.
But
What?
I'm having a rough time with this.
What?
Well, because they're doing the whole, well,
It's pushing an agenda.
we're banning books.
Yeah, but it's pushing
But
a
in it-
political agenda.
I get that, but so you don't have it in schools.
Well, that's the thing.
But what's wrong with a public
It
library?
should be in a public library. Why? Because it's a book, and it's
See, I
not.
mean-
It's a book, and it's not. It's not pornographic. It's not. Well, even violence is. I see that as fantasy novels have violence all over the place. But it's a book, and it's not pornographic, and supposedly it's partially educational, even though it's technically indoctrination. Once again, it goes to the point of you'd want Mein Kampf in there.
Yeah.
If you'd want Mein Kampf in there, then you should also be okay with having Beyond Magenta in there.
No, I agree.
Kind of like right next to each other.
Well, but it depends. Is it a form of trying to indoctrinate? Like, when it comes to sexuality,
Well, this isn't about sexuality.
but it does.
I know.
It is.
I know.
We all know that it is.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not stupid. You're
Right.
not Like, it absolutely is about sex and everything else. And so, no, I'm sorry. A child does not need to know that. Should not be privy to that.
Oh, no,
kind
it
of
shouldn't be in the
stuff.
child section.
No, but I'm saying it shouldn't be in a kid's library, period.
Oh, yeah, not in the school.
Not at all. Like,
Doesn't
that's-
need to be in the school library.
Public library,
yeah, sure.
okay.
Yes.
I don't
Yeah.
see a problem with that. I
But
don't,
school library doesn't need to be there.
not in a school.
It's not educational for that purpose.
Nope. The next one, absolutely true diary of a part-time Indian.
Ooh.
I first read the story of Junior as he leaves school in the Spokane Indian Reservation in Washington for an all-white school during Banned Books Week in the middle of school. As Junior struggles to find his place in a school where only other Indian is the mascot, he grapples with generational poverty and discrimination. While I can't fully understand Junior's experience, I, as a person of color at an extremely white school, saw myself in his battle to explore identity in an environment that seeks to erase it.
Does it really seek to erase it?
No, I never thought it did. I mean, I could be wrong, but I've never been in public school, so I don't know.
Well, yeah, okay, so I don't know about Washington public schools,
Yeah.
but the ones around here, they don't seek to erase
No, they don't.
any of that. Like, the only thing that they force you to do is to not wear expressive T-shirts.
Pretty.
It's like,
That's pretty much where.
make
they're
sure your
at.
clothes, make sure girls' skirts and dresses go below the knee, and
No tank tops.
no tank tops, and no graphic tees,
That's basically it.
because graphic tees are bad. Okay.
While the classroom offered a whitewashed, sanitized reality of Native Americans' experience, this book offered me a glimpse into systemic oppression Native communities have faced since colonization.
Right.
It shows tribes as part of the current fabric of our nation rather than merely part of history.
Well, see, what
What I'm confused.
I thought the tribes were technically not part of.
America
Yeah, I thought they were separate. They're inside of, but separate.
together but
Not
separate or whatever.
Yeah,
that is.
yeah, separate but equal.
Quote, in the hands of a trusted teacher who can guide students through difficult conversations, the story has the power to push readers into uncomfortable but important spaces and allow students whose experiences are often ignored in classrooms to be seen, all through the lens. You rolled past it. Of an uproariously funny teen.
It's 'cause I wanna keep
see
going.
here. My problem is with that is you don't. It has. Okay. Children in schools are not there to learn about, socializing. You're not there to socialize.
No, you're there to learn.
You're there to
reading,
learn.
writing, and arithmetic.
Yes. And if all you're doing is, well, we need to talk about the experiences these kids have. No. That's what a therapist is for.
Right.
I'm not doing that.
That's what your family's for. That's what your therapist is for.
There's a whole bunch of them on here. Do we want to carry this over?
I mean,
Because this next one has me kind of like, not that one, that one.
yeah,
Because I have something
that
weird about that one.
That
I'm gonna
upsets
throw out
me a
there.
little bit.
We'll talk about that one. Yeah, we'll roll it over to the other
Yeah,
side.
yeah.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. that one's gonna mess with me a little bit, I think.
Because those came out when we were kids.
Well, and it's not even that. Like, I didn't care for them personally myself, but I know for a fact that they're still at least in
Bookstores.
No. They're still in the schools here.
Yeah, but they're also
Talon's got them.
What I'm saying is they're not just in the schools here. They sell them at the book fairs.
Oh no, I know that
The
too.
school book fairs. They sell those.
Oh, I know.
And it's because it's from...
Yeah, I know. It's I don't understand
It's
what
been
the issue.
approved by 99% of people now.
Yeah, well,
And that one doesn't make sense either. This makes absolutely no sense. Why would you ban this book?
oh, I'm sure that. Well, the same reason again when it comes to, Animal Farm and everything else, it doesn't make sense.
Well, there. That's the only thing.
Oh my God.
Yeah. But that's the makeup of the story, So it's that. That makes sense because they don't want people to know about this.
That's a little weird.
That one?
I never read that.
Really?
Yeah. I hear it's pretty good, but I've never. All right, don't get too far ahead.
I'm sorry.
I know there's so many.
There's a lot of them here, man.
This is Defenders Live.
Okay, if we're going to keep on doing this, I think we can do one thing, though.
Okay.
We can dispatch with the boring, long narrative
well,
between because we can list the book and talk about, like, if it's something that we know, because it makes sense. But reading
the whole reason.
No, it's not even the reason.
It's what these people thought.
What these people in particular thought about it. It's like their own opinion about it. I'm like,
if you wanna,
it's not a thing. Because the next one's Goosebumps. The entire series of Goosebumps. The whole thing.
the whole thing,
All of them. All the Goosebumps books.
which is just dumb. Because, like I said, my son still gets it he still gets them from his school.
Yeah.
Period. And
They have them at the book fairs. They have they have them all in the libraries. They're everywhere. It was one of those books that you could get and actually read and actually read for fun.
Yeah.
And then the choose your own story versions.
Oh yeah.
Those are pretty good too.
Yeah. I mean, I was never into that stuff. I never really watched it or read it or did anything like that.
I was never good at the choose your own story because you had to change pages. Like you can
Constantly.
choose this option or this option. This option is on this page or this option on this page.
It always made me mad because every time you would do that, you'd come back and realize that it always ended up pretty much at the same place.
Yeah.
It's like, daggone it. This is stupid.
Sucks.
It's your chicken. Yeah, Goosebumps doesn't make sense to me, but I mean, whatever, I guess.
Joe over there on the Facebook. Who reads for fun?
I don't read for fun. I listen to stuff for fun because that's all I can do.
I
don't have time to read like I want to.
I kind of read for fun sometimes.
Yeah.
Not all the time.
Adam W. Johnson over on Twitter. Adam reviews the classics. Classics I loved. Tale of Two Cities, Treasure Island, Animal Farm, Don Quixote, To Kill a Mockingbird,
Right.
The Three Musketeers.
All of them gone.
Classics I hate. Lord of the Flies, The Great Gatsby, and finally, The Great Gatsby.
All which are still in there.
I'm beginning to think that you don't like.
The Great Gatsby. I got the same feeling.
Do you?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
No, I just want to make sure I wasn't crazy.
No. You definitely caught on to something there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, as long as we're both on the same page.
Next one.
The Bridge to Terabithia.
Yeah.
I've never read that.
Okay.
So I have no idea what it is. I don't know.
Fantasy world, two people, two kids, imagination, whole thing, yada
Two
yada.
peas
yada.
in a pod.
Yeah, they're all hanging out together and enjoying their time, and they've got this rope swing.
A rope swing.
And this rope swing is how they get from one side of the forest to the other side of the forest,
Oh, okay.
because it's over a little ditch
Okay.
where it's like it used to be like a stream or whatever.
Yeah, like a
It's little
ravine
ditch.
or whatever,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a little creek or whatever. Yeah.
And that's the bridge. You have to swing the rope over and get to the other side. That's how you get. So, spoiler: the female character dies because the rope broke.
Oh no. Oh no.
And the rest of the book is about how the other person deals with it.
Okay. How they deal with it.
Yeah, it's about dealing with the loss and working to become a better person.
Wait a minute. So here's the true question: is the survivor,
Yeah.
is he upset because the female protagonist has died,
That's one thing. yes.
or is he sad that he can't go back to this fantasy land because she screwed it up?
No. So it's mainly the first one.
Okay.
Mainly the first one.
Okay. Well.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I mean, they're gonna say it's mainly the first
Well,
one.
it's so she's the reason why the male protagonist even went to the fantasy world.
Oh, so it was her fault in the first place.
Yeah.
And
she inspired him to think about it that way.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
All right. Well, no. Again,
Yeah.
I have never read the book, so I don't know.
It's not bad. It's actually a really good book on dealing with loss
Okay.
for children.
Gotcha.
Why would you kick that? Anyway,
I don't know.
there's no reason to
I don't know.
You have a Brave New World.
You mean a whole new world?
No, a Brave New World.
A whole new world.
No, the other one. The Brave New World.
Oh.
Brave New World.
I don't think I read that one either.
Explores a future where, government is obsessed with economic growth.
Is it?
It creates an endless consumerist cycle that divides the country. Creates a rigid caste system.
Nope, I lied. I have read that one. I saw
That's
it on-
every day.
Every day.
Every day of our lives right now. Wait a second. But I repeat myself.
I just say knee over Twitter. Spoiler alert. In My Girl, the boy dies and he needs his glasses.
Poor Macaulay Culkin.
He was never taken serious after that ever again.
I know, right?
So bad. James said they made a movie about the bridge to Terabithia.
Yeah, they did.
No idea. No idea whatsoever. Judy Bloom. Her book, Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. It's not how it goes, actually.
No,
It's me again, Margaret.
It's, are you there, God? It's me, Margaret.
I know what it's supposed to say, but
Margaret.
all I hear is Ray Stevens. That's all I hear.
It's me again, Margaret.
They got me, Margaret. That's all I hear. That's all I can hear.
And see, that's what comedy does to you. It's not you.
Makes me, yeah.
But that I guess I understand why they don't want it is
Because it talks
has
about God. It's a religion. How
it has a
dare
faith-based book.
How
How
dare
dare you do faith-based
you
books?
bastard.
The Catcher in the Rye.
I can honestly, I've never read that book. It's one of those I wanted to break down and do it, but I'm like, you know what?
Yeah, this has been banned multiple times.
It's.
I'm not even joking. It's been banned multiple times.
Oh, I'm sure it has.
Since it came out.
And I don't know why. I'm assuming it is similar to like To Kill a Mockingbird, where it's that whole Jim Crow era type stuff.
Yeah, kind of stuff.
I don't know.
It's set, Anyway,
a
sorry.
time and a
A
place.
long time ago in a galaxy far,
Far away. Yeah. Gotcha.
Anyway.
Set in the mid-20s.
Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I mean, it's not, it should be read. It should be read.
it should be.
Yeah. You should read it
Okay.
at least once.
just once. Persepolis. I've never heard of it.
Nope. Don't see that. Nope. Nothing.
No idea.
Nope.
Okay, so move on. Since we're not.
It's about sex.
We're going to talk about sex,
Baby. And which I agree, you don't. That doesn't need to be in the kids.
We're going to talk
stuff.
about you and
That can be the regular library. It doesn't need to be in a kid's library.
all the good things.
No school library needs to
and
have
the bad
sex
things
books.
That make me. The Glass Castle. I have no idea.
No, I don't know.
I got nothing.
Nothing there.
Never read that one.
Nope. Sorry.
I knew nothing.
As long as it doesn't have sex, we're good.
Which I don't think it does, but I don't know. The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime. That does sound like sex. It sounds rather dirty, really. Doesn't it, though? It sounds...
Christopher's world is more compassionate and empathetic towards animals, including his pet rat, Toby, and a dog who mysteriously dies.
Why
And he
is,
sets out to solve it.
why... Is it just me, or is Toby a popular name for a pet in books?
It is.
It is. Okay.
Toby.
Damn it, Toby.
Toby was a hound dog in Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, no.
The best nose that we have.
The Things They Carried by Tim O'Brien.
What do they carry? Apparently, it's vulgar and explicit.
Because it's based in, people have felt about World War II.
Yeah, it's meant to be incredibly uncomfortable.
So, whatever.
Okay, well that
I
needs to be there.
I would think so.
That should be there.
At least in a regular library.
Right? Yeah.
But I don't. The Golden Compass.
Oh, you mean the one that they made the books out of?
That is a book.
The movies.
The movie?
Yeah, they made the movie out of.
Yeah.
And they didn't finish it because it's a trilogy.
Yeah. And they said, screw it. We're not getting enough money.
Because they didn't make enough money off of it because they didn't really do it well enough.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
That one.
That one. Yeah.
That one. Beloved.
By Toni Morrison.
Motherhood in the U.S. has never been easy.
Oh.
Beloved shows us the impossible choices black mothers were forced to make during slavery.
So it's a bunch of kids being killed.
Well, and yeah, it's and whatever. I think it's dumb. To Kill a Mockingbird.
Hey, there we go.
Need I say more?
That's a really good one. It needs to be. It should never be banned. The only reason why it's banned is because they have the N-word in it. That's literally it.
And again, why would you?
It's centered around it's centered around a trial where a white man is the attorney for a black man who's being charged with something he didn't do.
Yeah, it's kind of like the before of the Green Mile.
Right. It's like before the Green Mile.
It was his trial. This is how it went. And
Aw.
granted, except for To Kill a Mockingbird, he was let off because they found out it was
all fake anyway.
it was all set up and it was
Right.
white people that did it and yada yada.
Yeah, those fancy white people.
But hold on a second. They're going to ban the book because they use the N-word. But they have no problems with these very same kids in these schools. And obviously they probably won't be letting them listen in school. But these kids are listening
the word?
listening and using the word on a daily basis.
even singing it in the hallways.
Well, no, they're probably told they shan't.
Oh, they're told it, but come on.
I know.
You gonna stop a kid in the hallway? And
I'm just saying.
yeah.
I think I think that whole thing is stupid. If it's just
Right.
dumb.
There's also the God of small things. God bless you.
Well, I was gonna say I thought God was the God of all things, but okay.
No, the God of small things.
Focuses on on twins and their family in India.
Mm-hmm.
Explores the character lives of past and present, shaping social, political, religious, environmental surroundings.
In the 60s.
Set back in the
Communist
60s.
Party. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good times. All right. The Outsiders.
Okay, what's wrong with this?
I don't know.
Is there gang? Is it because of the gang fighting?
I don't know.
That's all there is, and it's not even really bad. Because,
But it's real. That's the thing. Like again,
well, it's not even like yeah, it's more realistic. It's gang fighting back then. You had greasers. You had the two contesting gangs, not snapping. There's no snapping. There's no snapping.
I saw West Side Story. I know how that goes.
All right, Warrior. Anyway, yeah, it's you have your greasers and you got your socks. It's the jocks versus the not jocks, basically. That's basically it. It's the jocks versus not jocks.
Jocks versus knots.
That's it.
It's just dumb. Some of this stuff that they want to ban is all for such stupid thing. And the bad part about it is parents go along with it. Like this one, Huckleberry Finn, The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn by Mark Twain. And all because of the fact that the guy's name was N-word.
Yep. That's it.
That's it. That's all the reason why.
Right.
Forget the fact that it was actually how things worked. Was it right? No, but at least the point of a book, especially something fiction like this, it's meant to immerse you in the story.
And if they don't have those words like they did back then,
Then you're not immersed.
it's not fully immersion. I mean, come on. 50 Shades of Grey. I agree. Needs to be banned.
Why in the hell would that be in
A school library.
a school library?
Right.
Again, a public library, I don't necessarily care. I pretty much think anything and everything should be of color purple. How dare we talk about racism and slavery of any kind? How much do you want to bet Amistad or something stupid's on there too?
It probably is. It probably is.
We can't talk about that. It's bad.
The Giver? The Giver.
I don't know that one.
They made a Lifetime movie out of it. The Giver, really?
What does that say about you? It's a Lifetime movie, and you know it's a Lifetime movie.
Or it's not a Lifetime, sorry. It's a
Hallmark?
Hallmark.
Oh, that's even worse.
I know, right? It's a Christmas movie, basically.
You're not helping yourself.
They made it
at all.
into a Christmas movie. I don't watch them. I just know it's
the
there.
Christmas cookie or whatever the hell that was.
Every Christmas movie ever. is
Ever.
The Christmas cookie. Anyway. Yeah, The Giver. That's a great book. It has a lot of good values.
Again, that's not something I've privy to. So.
Uh,
A Separate Piece. John Knowles. No.
Nope, never read that one.
No.
Sorry.
About a closet gay teenager from
Okay.
set in the 50s.
All right. That kind of makes sense. It shouldn't be banned from the library. There's no reason for it to be banned.
Yeah, I don't see
It's just
the point.
somebody telling their story at that point.
The bluest eye. That's another Tony.
Toni Morrison, yeah.
Toni Morrison's
the
another
second
one
one
to
from
get
Tony's Morrison. All right.
Huh.
I don't know this one either.
I don't either.
Sorry. Apparently, it has Native American women and sexual violence
Okay.
against Black and Native American women.
Well,
The Handmaid's Tale.
they made that into a show, and I'm sorry, but
Yeah, that doesn't need to be in school.
if the TV show is anything like them,
If the people doing
book.
cosplay at the Capitol have anything to say, no,
we'll leave that.
no,
joke
we're
alone.
just gonna let that go.
1984 by George Orwell.
Yeah, that shouldn't be banned.
You can't be surprised if Animal
was-
Farm was on the list.
I know, but once again, that was on my middle school reading list.
Oh yeah, no, I plan on when my kids get a little bit older, I'm gonna make them read it.
Yeah, even if the school doesn't,
Oh no, yeah, no, I'm making
definitely
them
gonna
it.
read this. Like this is an extracurricular. You got to read it though. It's a forced one. Sorry, I've got a few.
That's a good question. James in Louisiana over on Twitter. Okay, they busted Mark Twain. Can we still get Samuel Clements in the library? I see what you did there, you crafty little man, you. Oh, look, the Hunger Games series.
Is there something in the books that is not in the movies? Because
Oh, no.
it's just a post-apocalyptic thing.
It's not even necessary. If it's not,
It's violence. I got that.
it's not even technically that though. If you really think about it, what is the crux of the whole story?
Dystopian
Standing up-
leftist future and standing up against
to big government totalitarianism. How dare you be motivated by that?
A Wrinkle in Time. They just made a new movie about this
Good.
with Oprah.
Of course it had Oprah. I don't know why it wouldn't be Oprah.
Yep, Oprah, and the main character was a young female talent, young black female talent.
Okay.
I
don't know
It's a Disney movie.
I don't-
It's funny enough.
Oh,
They made it into a Disney movie.
I remember that. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it, but I know what you're
The
talking
father is Chris Pine, and he's like stuck in a different dimension and whatnot. And
about. I vaguely
yeah.
remember that.
Anyway,
now.
why is let this be? This doesn't need to be gone. There's no reason for it. No, I don't. Anyway,
Born a Crime by Trevor Noah. Okay.
yes, that needs to be gone. It's by Trevor Noah.
That's what I was going to say too.
Done.
Just because it's Trevor Noah. The book may be completely fine. He's a douchebag and I don't like him.
It's political bullshit.
But we can't.
But I'm joking.
To be
I know I'm
completely
joking.
across the board.
Yeah, let it go. It doesn't need to be cut. The Harry Potter series. The entire Harry Potter series is being banned from certain schools.
Because it's dangerous. I don't know why, but
I don't know either.
I mean, it's fictional. If your child doesn't have the mental capacity to be able to tell the difference between fiction and nonfiction,
Yeah,
then
there's a problem.
there's a big problem. There's a big problem.
Big problem.
I think we hit the end.
I think that's it.
Finally, praise God, hallelujah.
Jeez. Ay.
Praise God for small miracles.
Wow, that's a big litany.
That was a
of
lot.
Books.
That was a lot, and I'm glad that we're
No.
finally.
This is only 30 of the books
No.
that have been banned. That means there's so many more.
Oh yeah, there's a ton.
It's funny that USA Today would be backing Trevor Noah.
Is it shocking to you? Really?
No, I didn't say it was shocking. I said it's funny.
No. Is it really funny?
No, it's sad.
It's kind of
Sad.
He's probably got family working there or something.
It's probably true.
Spider-Man's Prime over Twitter at DOA Show. They banned The Giver because it's a future we're heading towards with central planning, drugging a populace, euthanasia, and
There's a movie with Jeff Bridges.
and the
in it,
movie
yeah.
had just Bridges in it.
Yeah. There's also that one. Yeah.
Damn you, Jeff Bridges.
Oh crap! You're right. So I'd gotten myself confused.
Okay.
There's The Gift Giver, which is the one that's the Hallmark one,
I was gonna say
and then there's The Giver,
'Cause what
which
he
is
was
the Jeff Bridges post-apocalyptic world. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
yeah. What
now.
I just read said nothing about.
yeah.
It's had nothing to do with Christmas and Hallmark.
No. That's definitely yeah.
I'm just saying.
That also is a one that fight against the central planning.
Central planning, gotta love it.
Got to fight against the central planning. Yeah, so that's another one that's like that. Yeah, makes sense.
Oh my goodness. Asking for a friend Jack Hole over on Twitter. Over half of these books are in my personal library, and my kids have read them or will read them. Oh, I know.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them that
Behind my computer, I've got like the quote greatest hits.
Yeah.
Like right there.
We're not turning the camera, but
Moby Dick, The Old Curiosity Shop from Charles Dickens, The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, Huckleberry Finn.
Panorama Lama Ding Dong.
I've got all of them. Yeah. A Tale of Two Cities,
Yeah.
Robin Hood, Life on the Mississippi, The Christmas Carol, Around the World in 80 Days, Anne of Green Gables, The Memoirs of Sherlock Holmes. It's yeah. I've got a few. I've also got
12?
Ben-Hur
Yeah.
down there
Yeah, I know. I've seen it. I keep seeing it every time I come in there.
because it's bright red.
It is. I know. I used to love to read books, man, and I wish I had time to read them now. I don't. I've got a literal library full of crap, and I don't read it. I don't have time to read it. I don't have time to do anything.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that these books should be banned.
Oh, no.
At all. With very few exceptions of the books that they decided to ban. They're all no, you shouldn't ban them.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Very few exceptions on the yes, to the yes side, and mostly due to sexual nature. That doesn't need to be in there.
Yeah, why you would have a sexual type book is beyond me, but whatever.
Yeah, I mean, that's your thing, I guess, but at the same point in time, don't do it in school.
Too cool for school.
Why? Why is it in school?
I don't know.
Stupid.
Stupids. Oblivion Flickering, the Indian chick or the butter box banned because butter is racist against yellow people.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Adam W. Johnson, junior high, we had a pick out a 5 book reading list. I ended up reading something called Dinky Hocker Shoots Smack. I chose this because my teacher, a hardcore lefty, made Ayn Rand sound like the worst human being.
I'm sorry. Ayn Rand was very selfish as a person, but that being said,
Ayn Rand was like awesome.
yeah, great. I've read all of the Dunes.
Yeah.
All of them.
I can't.
I've read them all.
I can't.
Actually, I've listened to them all. I didn't want to read them at the time. I listened to them all, audiobook style. It was great. All of them. Plus additions. Like there was 13 total books of Dune.
Shut up, Chris. You're an idiot.
What?
Dang
Are
it,
you talking
Chris.
about the God of Small Things?
All the small things. Did you know they're coming back?
Yeah. And they're old.
And they are old.
They're so old.
It's incredible. It's incredible how old these guys are. It's like, wait a second.
Wait a second. If you're old, that means I'm old.
That means I'm gonna knocking on death's door.
Yeah. So authorities have arrested a black former Emory University employee after he was accused of writing the N-word and drawing swastikas on the exterior of the university's autism center in August.
Wow. The Autism Center?
Yeah. The black employee scrawled the words, the N-word and also the swastika on the Autism Center for Emory University
Okay.
in Georgia.
I'm not overly surprised, really.
Well, I'm not overly surprised either, but the problem for me is this is happening a lot more often lately.
Just a tad.
I don't know if people are like pranking everybody and just trying to do, or if they literally are trying to start race wars, but
Yes.
yeah, you're probably right. Anyway, I wanted to hope, okay? I wanted to hope that.
Because why else would they have the N-word and swastika together?
Right.
That's you're just trying to dig and dig and dig and dig.
Unless you're a black member of the KKK. The only one. I know you're thinking of what I'm thinking of.
Yes.
And it's so good.
I'm trying to remember his name. Oh, it's so
So good.
funny.
Anyway, I don't. If you're gonna, no, I can't.
Can't what?
It bothers me a lot. Let's
That-
put it that way.
Well, it should.
It bothers me a lot that you're going to do this
That there are people out there who enjoy the idea of
causing this
Causing problem?
this sort of disruption. It was never necessary. It's completely unnecessary for you to do this. And yet you do it anyway. Why? Because you want to fuel the fire.
because you want to be a douche. That's all it is. You want to start problems, cause more issues, because everybody else is fighting and arguing amongst themselves.
I mean, hell, they can't even get what books need to be in school, right?
Right? Kind of weird, huh?
And
You know
you're over here writing, scrawling swastikas and writing the N-word all over a university
In
autism section.
the autism section, no less. You know what you probably should have done was gotten some American Pride Roasters coffee.
He might have turned around then.
Might have been. Go to AmericanPrideRoasters.com. AmericanPrideRoasters.com for historically great coffee, guaranteed to make you swallow every single time you put it in your mouth. The world is a very confusing and horrible place, but at least you can be satisfied and confident knowing that you have a fantastic cup of coffee in your cup.
All your books may be banned, but at least your coffee isn't. Go to AmericanPrideRoasters.com and order yours today.
Yeah.
You can also go to Mojo50.com. That's where you can find all of the radio hosts on the Mojo 50 Radio Network. You can also find their schedules, how everything runs, over at iHeartRadio, where they have the Mojo 50 Radio button. You click there, you get 24/7 free speech talk.
Yep. Go to our website, doaeshow.com. Become a defender with us. Sign up on there. You can check out the archives. What else we got over there? Oh, we
Everything.
got shop. All kinds of cool stuff over
All
there.
the things.
Check it out at doaeshow.com. Follow us on all the social medias at doaeshow. Like and share and subscribe and all that cool jazz. We got a whole other hour. We'll be right back.
It's Dave Chappelle.
No, I know it was Dave Chappelle, but what was the name of the guy that...
Oh, wasn't it like Cletus or something stupid?
No. Clinton or Cliff...
Dave Chappelle, black. KKK.
Black white supremacists, and they would have found it.
Black, white. It may not be on there. Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Yes, it
Clayton Bigsby.
Clayton Bigsby. I knew
Clayton. There it is.
I bought the entire first season of the Dave Chappelle show just for that.
It's amazing.
That's the only one I watched. I'll go show you that. Watch it, but all the way. I don't think anything.
That's how it goes, though. Yeah, that's about right, Adam. That is, yeah. We'll have to read that on the other side. Also true, Peekapool. Oh, nice to say need. Nice. Got your daughter reading the book already. Good job. Well done, sir.
Well played, my boy.
Yes. Yes.
Hey, where are the white women at?
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Yeah, thud. Me so tired.
You're tired.
Yeah.
Don't even talk about that right now. Let's not even talk about that right there. Okay. So I got splattered by oil today.
Hot oil, huh?
Yeah.
What the hell did you do?
Well, so I had the steaks on the sizzles.
Uh-huh.
So I had the cast iron skillet out, and one of the steaks decided to bounce when I set it in. I set it in, and it decided, like, apparently oil popped underneath it immediately, and so it popped and it splattered, and it splattered out directly to my arm. I tried to do this number to pull it back, but it didn't matter. Just ah! But it's okay. It doesn't burn because I immediately used white vinegar on it.
Yeah, give it till tomorrow. Tomorrow will hurt like hell when you scrape
Oh,
it.
no. It hurt initially. But then I used vinegar on it, and vinegar neutralizes the burn. So now it's just a mark. Yeah. Reading all them's.
Oh, Adam, I love you. You're awesome.
Uh-huh.
Oh, my goodness. Oblivion flickering. Hey, rockstar stuff getting old and dragging us with you. You know, Bowling for Soup made a song about that.
Yep. They did.
About getting old. Mm-hmm. Getting old sucks. That's the name of the song.
Yeah, that's the song. Yeah,
Getting old sucks.
you should look it up.
Came out.
I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I get up when I'm bleeding, really bleeding. I'll never back down.
This is the collision of common sense and comedy. This is Defenders Live.
Thought I was 6 feet under.
Oh my goodness.
Nice to see you over on the YouTubes. I am having my daughter read 1984 right now.
Good. Good.
Very good.
Should.
Nice to see you also on the Twitters. Is Stephen Airy is racist with his vinegar choices?
I agree. Completely agree. I'm right there with you.
They don't have black vinegar. What do you?
But they do have apple cider vinegar, which is more of a brown color. And you choose to
It's
not
apple
use
cidered vinegar.
you choose not to use it, therefore.
I chose to use the one that I'm not going to waste I'm not going to care about wasting.
Mm-hmm.
Apple cider vinegar is actually better for inside of your body, not outside.
Yeah, you say what you need to say to help you sleep at night.
I do, and I will. Adam W. Johnson, if you damned racist, bigoted homophobes won't commit hate crimes, we'll commit them for you because we're going to have your head on the, one way or another.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah,
Isn't that great? That's
it's good.
it's true.
It is.
Because that's how they roll.
Yeah, that's about right.
That's how they do it. A hospital system based here in North Carolina on Monday fired nearly 175 unvaccinated workers who refused to comply with the company's COVID-19 vaccine mandate.
Well done, people.
Congratulations.
You want to know why we have a shortage? Why we have so many people that quote unquote can't get into the emergency room and can't get into and can't do the. It's because we have a shortage of nursing and hospital staff.
Yeah. I kind of already mentioned that.
Yeah, we talked about this already. Doesn't have to do with COVID at all.
No.
We don't have that many COVID cases. It's not really that big of a deal. But we have a shortage, a natural shortage, because of all the ways that the COVID shifting has to be done. Everybody's doing the night-day shift runs and doing the 12 on, 12 on, 12 off, 12 on, 12 off,
Yeah.
transitioning, yada, 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 only working X amount of days. And so you have shortages of hands because you're already spread thin.
Yes, you are.
And now you're getting rid of 175 additional employees because they won't get vaccinated.
Yes.
But what if they have natural immunity because they already had COVID?
Well, what if monkeys fly out of my butt?
Well, I mean, the people that already had COVID do actually
Have monkeys flying out their butt?
no.
Oh,
No, they have immunity to it, so they
Yeah,
don't
but it doesn't
have to.
matter.
They don't have to get the shot.
doesn't matter.
And we've already we've seen multiple cases now to
Doesn't
where
matter.
the shot itself will actually kick out the natural immunity
Doesn't matter.
and replace it with its own, and then that one goes away eventually.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't
Are
matter.
you sure?
Yes. Because it's all about government and compliance. That's it. Be the good little sheep you are.
Right.
That's it.
Okay.
Megan Rivers, a spokeswoman for Novant Health, tweeted Tuesday that about 175 workers across 15 hospitals and 800 clinics. I'm confused. Hold on. How do you have 175 workers and 800 clinics? The only thing I can think of is these people worked multiple ones, but even the math.
No. They're only getting rid of 175 workers out of the 15 hospitals and 800. They have 3,500 employees.
Okay, never mind. I'm sorry. I read that wrong.
Yeah.
I was like, how did these 175 people have a connection to 800 clinics?
Massive scaling.
It's like, what do they work one day at each different one? And
No,
just kind
they're-
of rotate around?
They have the necklace of time bending.
Ah,
It's like the one that Hermione Granger has, where
Like-
she flicks it and it
someone
spins.
finally
she
figure
can,
out-
she can turn back time to a certain amount, and so she can.
So she could turn back time.
Yes.
So she could find a way.
Yes. That's exactly half of that story for that book. Actually, that's 90.
So she could take back those words that hurt you.
Yes. That is correct.
Oh, this is too good.
It's so good, right?
Hermione Granger from Harry Potter is Cher. Anyway.
Well, better than Cher because she could do it.
Well,
And that
and she didn't have to wear fishnets. Anyway,
That-
straddle a gun on a battleship.
they had to clean that thing for a week to sanitize it.
Which is ironic because it's out to sea.
Yeah, it already smells like fish.
And yeah, and even then it was like, Anyway. Senator, the lady in Megan Rivers, spokeswoman for Novant Health, tweeted Tuesday that about 175 workers across 15 hospitals and 800 clinics were dismissed, while the vast majority of the organization's more than 3,500 employees were compliant with the vaccine policy. So sad.
I know.
The tweet reads, quote, "Thank you at CBJ Hudson for this. Yes, 175 out of 35,000 plus. TMs across 15 hospitals and 800 clinics. We're thrilled." Isn't that great?
You're thrilled.
They're thrilled that they, obviously they're thrilled they didn't lose more. Last week, Novant Health announced that about 375 team members have been suspended without pay for noncompliance with the mandatory COVID-19 vaccination program. These employees were given 5 days to come into compliance or lose their jobs.
Yep.
According to Rivers, during the 5-day period, an additional 200 employees were vaccinated, bringing the hospital system employee vaccination rate above 99%.
Oh, side note. Did you hear? Joe Biden came out and told us the necessary vaccination rates for him to stop pushing the mandatory.
And don't tell me we're at 100% now.
No. Nope.
I,
No, it's not 100%.
I'm not even going to believe whatever it is he says because
It's not 100%.
we were told it was 70.
Yeah.
So why you could tell me it could be 71 and I'm not going to believe it.
Nope, it's not 71 either.
I know it's not. It's going to be like what, 90?
Nope.
85.
Nope.
What?
98.
98.
98. Or as his words go, well, I'm not a doctor. But the thing is,
98.
well, if it's probably going to have to be something around the 97 to 98%.
At that, I mean, seriously, at that point, why not just go with 100% and be done with it?
Because there are people who physically cannot have it.
They will still make it happen. I'm telling you, he's not going to stop. It's not going to stop.
Oh, I know.
It's not going to stop.
I know.
there.
He just needs to go away. Just needs to go away. Just go away. Anyway.
Quote, "We stand by our decision to make the vaccine mandatory as we have a responsibility to protect our patients, visitors, and team members regardless where they are in our health system."
It's a company policy.
I was going to say, I'm sitting here, it kind of dawning on me, in this particular instance, they are in the health field.
Yep.
And if vaccines are as they say they are, which it should be, where you
Which
get
it's
the
not.
shot and it protects you and others,
Which it doesn't.
but let's just say that it does,
Sure, okay.
then this makes sense. Then
Right.
I could see the
But it doesn't.
Yeah, that's where I have the problem. It's like
But they still make people get the flu shot too.
But that's what I'm saying.
They make their employees already this is the thing. In hospitals, you already are forced to get a flu shot every year.
Yep.
If you work in a hospital, you're forced to get a flu shot. If you work in the hospital, you're forced to get this and that. All of these things to protect you so you don't spread things to the public and yada yada. The only caveat here is that technically these drugs, this vaccine, is still not truly fully approved. And it won't be for another 3 to 5 years.
Minimum.
It is approved for emergency use.
That's what it kills me when you keep seeing all these little updates. So and so has been approved for children 5 and under.
No, it hasn't.
Or 5 and 11.
No, it
How
hasn't.
can you have enough time?
You don't. You haven't even tested it.
And what you have tested is not enough time.
Right. You have no idea how it's going to affect those kids. it's like the virus itself, okay? So the virus itself, it happened with Carrie. It also happened to one of my coworkers.
Yeah.
And what I mean is they are losing their short-term memory. This is an after effect of COVID.
Yeah.
Complete loss of short-term memory.
It happens.
Like, it's not constant, but it's enough to be annoying to that person and to cause them delays and slight panics and everything else.
You know, I
Like, he was telling a story. And he gave me this. It's like, the other day, man, I was telling a story to a friend, and I was going through the entire story, and about 3/4 the way through, I stopped
froze.
because I forgot the reason why I was telling the story in the first place.
I've been having that a lot lately too.
Have you?
I just thought it was just ADHD was real hard. You know,
It might have been, but then again, you did potentially have. Oh, there is black vinegar. It's from China.
Don't you say D?
That's
You
soy sauce.
Racist.
That's soy vinegar. That's different. Okay,
It's still black.
but it's from China.
It's
So
still black.
China's also racist.
No, but that's not the point.
Yeah?
You said there was no such thing as
I didn't know that there was actually.
Yeah.
I really didn't know.
You know what was funny was he probably didn't either. But the moment you
He
said
went
it,
and
he's
looked
like,
it up.
I'm gonna prove this son of a bitch wrong. And he started googling until he
It's
found
vinegar and soy sauce.
it. Does look like soy sauce.
It is soy sauce and vinegar. Look, it says right here. Soy. It's from the sauce factory, but it's vinegar and soy sauce. Acetic acid, water,
Huh?
whatever. Yeah.
Good for them. Fantastic. Anyway,
I'm glad they have it. I don't know why they. Oh, malt vinegar technically is also pretty close.
yeah.
Malt vinegar is pretty close too. Like, you didn't have to go that far. You could have done malt vinegar. It was like that.
No, but that was a good reach. No,
Yeah,
that
it's
was
good job.
That was
Well done.
fantastic.
Yeah.
According to the Post, this mass firing of unvaccinated healthcare workers is one of the largest mass firings over vaccination status to date. It was preceded by the Houston Methodist Hospital system firing more than 150 employees who didn't comply with the company's vaccine mandate. Also, 150 workers at Delaware-based Christian Care were fired for failing to comply with vaccine policy. Now, I'm
Christiana Care.
Oh,
It's not Christian
I didn't
Care.
see the A.
It's Christiana.
It is Christiana.
I want to make sure that we don't deviate from that.
No, you're right. I'm sorry. I read it together as all one thing.
It was not Christian.
It was Christiana. Yep. But it's they had it Christiana Care as one word.
Right. And so that made it harder to read.
That one A just kind of blended in there for a minute there. Sorry about that. Again, I think sadly that the hospitals in the medical field kind of do get the short end of the stick on that one.
Oh, yeah. And that's because they're right there.
Again, if and we know it's not, but
Right.
if the vaccine, if the
Was.
jab is as good and everything and preventing and everything as
they
said
originally
it was,
sold it, yeah.
then this makes sense, and it sucks, but it makes sense.
Right.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Now, when you have someone who works as a mechanic, you know, somebody who works on the side of the highway turning the little stop and go sign,
No need.
there's
need at all.
no
There's
reason
no
for
rea-
it.
Yeah.
That is where you start getting stupid.
It's like people that work outside, not necessary. You know, people that work on construction sites, technically not necessary. I mean,
Yeah.
balsamic vinegar is also black. Yes. Thanks,
yeah.
James.
Oh, yeah.
There's a whole bunch of vinegar. We're going through a bunch of vinegars.
We're not talking about vinegar this hour. In New York, which was among the first states to force healthcare workers to get vaccinated against COVID-19, the mandates have resulted in 92% of the state's estimated 600,000 hospital and nursing staff to receive at least one vaccine dose. That, according to the New York Times. In New York City's public hospital system, more than 8,000 workers were unvaccinated as of last week. By the implementation of the mandate on Monday, that number decreased to about 5,000. However, the mandates were met with at least 8 lawsuits and angry protests. Governor Kathy Hochul, that is the lady for the New Yorks,
Yep, the new New York.
said Saturday she is willing to declare a state of emergency to prevent staff shortages that may be caused by non-compliant healthcare workers.
How is a state of emergency going to help staff shortages?
clearly you don't understand what the definition of a state of emergency.
One, it's not an emergency. It's a self-caused,
Yeah, self-induced.
self-induced
You
issue.
did this. It's your fault, Pumpkin.
You can't claim emergency when you do it to yourself. I'm going to stab myself in the face, and then I'm going to call for an emergency care.
I'm going to blame it on Dylan.
Yeah, I'm going to blame it on Dylan. Exactly right.
Similar vaccine requirement in California took effect on Thursday.
Huh. Look at that.
Way to go, California.
Yep.
I'm surprised California took so long.
B from the SAV. At DOA show, breaking new ground, racially appropriating vinegar.
Well, you gotta know the right one to put on your pork
Right.
when you get ready to have, some.
Actually, balsamic
Barbecue.
really good.
It's all right.
It's really good.
It's okay.
It's better on your fish.
No, yeah, for fish for sure. It's not bad on like your pork, but you don't. Best one for pork is apple cider, bar none, because it adds that little twang of sweet.
Yeah, just a hair. Just a hair.
It's just enough to be noticeable, and that's.
And then you do, for steaks, you could do like a red wine vinegar.
You could,
It's really good.
but now you're starting to get fancy.
I know. I like fancy. And you add mushrooms. Like after you make the steaks, you cook mushrooms in the red wine vinegar and a butter and the steak juice.
Yeah.
And that's really good. And a little bit of either cornstarch or flour to make it into almost a gravy.
I guess.
It's really good.
I guess.
You should try one day. I'm just saying.
It's a little outside my pay grade.
Oh, come on, man. It's only an additional 2 minutes.
Not for me, it's not.
Whatever.
Not for me, it's not. It's not 2 minutes. Somehow or another, it turns into about
5 hours.
a week and a half.
Oh, geez. What should we do?
I don't know.
What
They're all
should we-
pretty
These
pathetic
are all,
and painful.
Yeah, these are all pretty painful.
Save that one for last.
All right. So, parents of students at Spokane Washington High School are incensed over an assignment given to freshman course that requires them to plot how to pull off a murder and not get caught.
Why?
Apparently, somebody's watched the TV show How to Get Away with Murder and decided to do it in their school.
But why? What in God's green earth are you teaching that would require that to be even remotely relevant to the topic?
The assignment, if you choose to accept it, which was given to the 9th grade in a language arts class. In language arts.
Language arts.
In Central Valley High School, and instructed the students to put together the ingredients of the perfect murder. And include advice, such as making it look like a suicide or accident. And to commit it into a lonely, isolated place.
No, the perfect murder is to make it be an actual murder, but not have any way of being able to trace it back.
Right. First off, you can't have an accomplice.
No. Rule 1.
Rule 1, you can't have an accomplice. Rule 2, don't write it down.
So they're breaking rule. In coming up and fulfilling this assignment, they've already broke a rule.
You've already broken two of the
Broken
rules.
2 of the rules. You don't talk about it, you don't have accomplice, and you don't write it down.
Sorry, you failed.
That should have been across the board. Every single one of them should have gotten an F for it.
No. If I'd have gotten this as an assignment in high school, that's what I would have done. Rule number 1, no accomplices. Rule number 2, don't talk about it.
Yeah, but by saying no accomplices, that's talking about it.
Those are the only rules I have. Here you go, teacher. That's the only way you can commit perfect murder. Those 2 rules have to apply.
It's so stupid. Like, it doesn't make, like, who?
First, I would make it look like a suicide.
Again, language. This
Okay,
is
I'm
a
sorry.
language class.
We know for a fact, and if we, politically, we know for a fact that there are people out there that make things look like a suicide, and they've gotten away with it for many, many years because of their political means, which means that basically all you have to do is have the right connections. It doesn't matter what happens in the end. All you have to have is the right connections. So, rule number 1, make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Doing everything and anything.
Yeah.
Specifically in politics. Build a base of high profile, very expensive people.
Have connections.
Have all of those connections. Get the dirt on all those connections. Now that you have the dirt on all of those connections and you have connections to all those connections, get it done.
Make it happen.
Make
Captain.
it so, number 1.
Yeah. There you go. And ta-da, you're done.
Make sure it doesn't tie
So
back to you. That's all.
You make this sound so much harder than what it has to be.
I know, right?
It's too simple. This is just insane. Why? He told me he had to come up. This is Brian Essel.
Mm-hmm.
His son was in the class, told him about the assignment.
Uh-huh.
Said, quote, he told me that they had to create and come up with a plan to murder someone and how to get away with it. Right off the bat, I was like, are you kidding me?
What?
After learning about the assignment, Essel posted it on social media and then shared it with the local news outlet. The assignment was intended to be a lead into the class reading Ronald Dahl's short story, Lamb to the Slaughter, which is a tale of a housewife who kills her husband and then schemes to cover it up and does so successfully. That doesn't sound like that's a horrible lead-in.
That's a terrible lead-in.
That's horrible.
Like, why didn't you have the kids read The Telltale Heart?
Ooh.
It's only a poem.
It's Edgar Allan Poe, isn't it?
Yes.
And so, therefore, we don't talk about him
But
because he was allegedly a pedophile.
he was also a drunkard and died in the ditch.
Yeah, I know.
Died in a ditch because I've never heard about the pedophile thing, but
I think it was. I might be thinking of somebody else.
yeah, I think
But
you're thinking
it's-
about something else. It's the fact that he was a carrier for what was the thing with the lungs and the coughing and the dying?
tuberculosis.
Yeah, he was a carrier for tuberculosis, and he caused his mom and his mom caught it. He became a carrier, and his wife died of it.
Was it tuberculosis? Or was
Yeah, coughing up blood, TB. That's it. Because back in the day, they didn't
Oh,
have
yeah,
a
yeah,
cure.
yeah.
And he died drunk in a ditch.
Good for him. Anyway,
Anyway,
this is the worst way to lead into the.
this is a horrible way to lead into a book.
Like, why would you do that? What point do you think that's a smart idea? Really? Really?
Like, think about it. The Telltale Heart, though.
That's a fantastic one.
It was a fantastic one. And the guy got away with it until his own nerves gave him away.
But see, that's the point is they're supposed to get away with it, period. It's not a matter of...
Well, he would have. He technically had.
He technically did.
And then he just...
Yeah.
He shot himself in the foot, basically.
Of course, it's like the Raven, too.
Nevermore.
That irritating little bastard. Anyway, students were asked to take 10 ideas provided in a handout.
Take 10 ideas? Oh, here's the ideas.
Okay.
We got enough time. A, it should be easy to arrange. B, it should leave no clues. C, there should be no noise. D,
Well, it depends on where you're at. I would.
right?
I mean,
as long as it's not, yeah. D, it should look like a suicide.
okay.
E, it should take place in a lonely, isolated place. Thus, the noise shouldn't matter. F, it should not be cheap. Why?
What?
Why? That doesn't make any... G, no violence should be necessary. H, it should look like an accident. I, it should be quick. And J, the murderer should have a good alibi.
You know what? I think the reason why it said it shouldn't be cheap is coming back to the whole thing of you get what you pay for. So if you pay a boatload of
Yeah,
money
but
then to do it, you'll...
There's a whole bunch...
Whether it's on the supplies to do
I'm
it
not going to
yourself
say anything
or
else.
on
Nope,
hiring
I'm
someone.
not saying it. Nope. Nope. We've already incriminated ourselves enough tonight. I think we're okay.
No, not once did anybody mention a wood chipper.
Right? I'm just saying a barrel of acid really is cheap in comparison.
There's a lot of things that I'm not going to say anymore. I'm just saying there's a lot of things
Yeah.
that one could use.
Sweat of his prime. I would have got away with it too if it weren't for those meddling feelings.
Darn you, you meddling feelings.
Well done.
So bad.
In flickering. First rule of Murder Club: don't talk about Murder Club. Second rule of Murder Club: teachers do not ask your students to plan murders. Third rule of Murder Club: there is no Murder Club.
Nights you say neat. Tastes like victory. So bad.
Balsamic vinegar is now a protected class of vinegar, as it is black.
Oh, good. Now we know.
Can't be tasted by those white people. Yeah. It's okay, buddy. It's okay. Adam W. Johnson, I beat him. Says I beat him to the telltale heart.
It happens.
Yeah, sometimes. It means
Remember, there's a delay.
yeah. So I beat you by even longer.
Yeah. In your face. Anyway.
Uh-huh.
So, Nina.
Neener.
Nice.
Yes.
This is Defenders Live.
So that
You okay over there?
Yeah.
Kind of got a little carried away.
no,
there for a
whatever.
minute.
It's fine. It's fine. Apparently, unaware of basic economics, the White House press secretary Jen Psaki
God.
stated on Monday that the White House believes it is unfair and absurd if businesses decide to raise their prices in response to the Biden administration's increasing corporate tax liability.
Yeah, I painfully had to listen to that.
You didn't have to.
No, I did. I'm trying to make. I'm trying to. Because I'm tired of people telling me what they say. I want to hear what they have to say, and I
You want
know
to hear it from the horse's mouth?
I do, and I know that it is very painful. Trust me. And I don't like it, but
Right.
it's one of those things that I want to be hearing it from them directly,
It's better that way.
and it is very painful. I have thankfully haven't killed myself yet,
Right?
but
You've done pretty well.
so far.
Yeah, for several days now, the Biden administration has been pushing this absurd claim that the $3.5 trillion spending bill actually cost nothing. It cost $0.
If it costs nothing, then what are you doing?
They argue that the
Spending
tax
it.
increase will offset the spending.
And again, they clearly know nothing about economics
Right.
because
None of them
the
have-
company's going to have to pay more.
Right.
So in order to pay more,
They have to either pay their employees less or charge more, which means things are going to cost more.
that's the downside to, the government coming in and meddling with things
Yeah.
instead of letting free market do its business. Because eventually, if somebody, because what they're saying they're trying to get rid of is the greed.
Right. But what they're doing is they're creating more need for the money.
Well, that too. That's what I'm saying. You're making more greed, and by theory, it's
Mm-hmm.
that's how that works. It's
Yeah,
just
you're
there's lots
causing
of greed.
You're causing an additional market of greed.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you're not helping anything. You're making it far, far worse.
Former Vice President Joe Biden has promised not to raise taxes on America's household earnings less than when you earn less than $400,000.
Well, isn't that nice?
I heard this point, and I think it's necessary.
It is?
Necessary to make here.
Is it?
Yeah.
You sure about that?
Yep. How much does the president make?
Oh, I don't know. Wasn't it like 190,000 or something?
$400,000.
Is it 400,000? Well, fancy that.
How much does the vice president make?
I don't care.
$250,000. Now, when
Isn't that
former
nice?
Vice President Joe Biden was vice president,
Okay.
they had an economic plan where they were going to tax everybody that made more than $250,000.
Weird.
Now that he is the current sitting president
And he makes more money.
and he makes $400,000, his tax plan now includes everybody up to $400,000.
Mm-mm. Weird how that moved.
Isn't it though?
Kind of just shuffling the goalpost there a tad, aren't we,
Just a hair.
Spike?
Just a smidge. But as reporters noted in questioning Psaki during Monday's White House press briefing, analysis from the Joint Committee on Taxation says that the spending bill will result in tax increases for more than 16% of taxpayers.
Oh, well, that's not all.
Yeah. When asked whether Biden would seek changes to the spending bill to maintain his promise, Psaki noted how terrible the White House thinks it is for corporations to offset government-imposed tax increases by raising their prices to cover the difference.
That's terrible.
Quote, the president's commitment remains not raising taxes for anyone making less than $400,000 a year.
Yeah, but just because you're not, quote unquote, raising taxes
Yeah.
on those specific people doesn't mean it's not going to affect them.
Right. It's going to affect everybody below that line.
And again,
Everyone.
if a moron like me who can't do math can figure this out, sad to say, but you're doing it wrong, dear.
Yeah. Quote, there are some, and I'm not sure if this is the case in this report, who argue that in the past, companies have passed on these costs to consumers. I'm not sure if that's the argument being made in this report, she continued. We feel that that's unfair and absurd, and that the American people would not stand for it.
But it's
No.
It's okay, but hold on. But you're doing that.
Yeah.
You realize that, like, you're the president of the United States, the administration, the government, the federal government.
You're forcing their hand.
No, it's not even just forcing the hand. I mean, they are, but you're doing that. You're doing the same thing. You are charging people money. You're raising
More money.
taxes on a
Yeah.
group that you think, for whatever stupid reason,
You think they can afford it.
they can do it. It's their
No.
That's not how that works.
Right.
Again, money just I mean, they're convinced that money literally comes from whatever they print, and they're not the least bit upset about it.
Nope.
Which is why they feel they can go ahead and tax these people,
Mm-hmm.
these companies, out the wazoo, thinking it's going to take care of everything. How do you? I don't understand how they can think that. When was it? Was it Theodore Roosevelt that had the income tax up to like 80 or 90%?
No, it
Who
wasn't
was
Theodore.
that?
No, it wasn't Teddy Roosevelt. It was because it happened World War One.
That would have been Wilson.
That's probably it then.
I don't recall that from him though.
Yeah. So
Wilson or
tax rates hit 90%.
it's close to 90. Yeah, it was 90%, somewhere around in there.
1955. Tax rates were 90%, actually 91%.
But I was making, that's $1 million.
Eisenhower.
Eisenhower, that's it.
Eisenhower.
Oh, good.
Yeah, the top marginal tax rate was 90%.
It's just insane.
And
90
and by the way, the top bracket then was also,
$400,000.
which is now in current money about 4.5 million.
That's incredible.
So the tax rate, if it kept steady with inflation, should be at $4 million, not at 400,000.
But even that is insane to me.
Right.
Because again, the people who have the $400,000 or $4 million today,
Whatever it is.
or whatever it to be today,
That's their money.
yeah, they got it. And
earned it.
unless they robbed a bank
They had earned it somehow.
or straight up stole it or fake printed it, yet they are entitled to it.
It's theirs, not the government's. It's
Especially when you
theirs.
go through the litany of, well, okay, so you receive this money, say through a paycheck. Let's say you
Sure,
did
yeah.
go through a paycheck. Well,
Okay.
it got taxed there. And then you're going to turn around and you buy something, then it gets taxed there.
Right.
And then you turn around and you set it aside, some for later. But when you pull it out at the time for retirement,
It's
or when
taxed there.
it's taxed there.
So it's taxed 3 to 5 times
At
by
least.
the time you actually use it at that end.
At least.
Oh, and let's say you die and you
And yeah.
leave a whole bunch of money to your kids. It's taxed
Again.
twice. It's taxed when you die and when you transfer it.
And when it's transferred. But no, you didn't. No. You're not double dipping. You're not getting too much out of it. You're not pushing things. No. Again, it doesn't make sense to me as to why every time this rolls around, some jackass can look at the past and go, oh, but I can do it better.
No, you can't.
Every time. Every daggone time.
You can't do it better. And the reason why you can't do it better is because the system that you think is perfect is based upon the idea that everyone is perfect.
Yeah, and newsflash,
Nobody
nobody's
is.
perfect. Yeah,
Right. It's like when, what's her face? Speaker Pelosi came out and she started talking about, The Wealth of Nations, the book, The Wealth of Nations.
Yeah,
And she talked about the Wealth of Nations in the book of Wealth of Nations, saying, he made this book. And then he also made a book about how you're supposed to have morals and the morals are supposed to guide you and everything else. She said it in the wrong order on purpose.
yeah, no.
Adam Smith wrote wrote about the morals first, and then
Yeah, you
17 years later, he wrote a book that was committed to, okay, now that you have the morals set in place and you understand how you're supposed to live your life, here is how you can be, here's how the capitalist system could work.
Yep. Pretty fascinating when you think about it.
Not the other way around. Not like he came out with a book and then he was like, oh crap, this doesn't work for people. Oh, no. It's
Darn.
It's like our government only really works when we have a moral and just populace, also informed.
Yeah. Crazy. isn't
An
it?
informed, moral, and just populace, we're screwed.
Yeah. We are done.
Our government is completely out of control. Why? Because 1, we are no longer informed. 2, we are not a moral people. 3, we are no longer just.
Oh, don't forget that we also don't care.
Oh yeah,
We've
complete indifference.
Yeah, we've become complacent. We've allowed these people who have we've trusted them ultimately to do this in our place.
We've allowed
And-
ourselves to be blinded by it.
and yeah, instead of doing our due diligence and making sure that the people we've entrusted with these precious gift of our liberty,
Yeah.
we've instead just kind of thrown it to whoever because they offered to do it. And now we're sitting here going, well, what's happening? I don't understand. And here we are.
Yep. Because nobody wants to take the time and actually figure out who the people are that represent us.
Nope. But they want to bitch about it
Every time.
every time.
Every time. Yeah, here's from the Wall Street Journal. In the real world, Congress's Joint Committee on Taxation says that the bill raises $2.1 trillion over 10 years. Somebody must be paying more. Among the tax hikes are 5.5% point increases in the corporate tax income rate that will be paid by workers in lower wages, consumers in higher prices, and investors in lower returns. though they'll be pleased to know that this adds up to $0. As for the spending, the $3.5 trillion figure from Bernie Sanders considering a compromise doesn't even capture the full cost of what the Democrats are proposing. As the Wall Street Journal explained on Friday, the amount is based on a budget gimmickry, including entitlement phase-outs and phase-ins, and the real cost is basically about $5 trillion.
At least.
So the $3.5 trillion figure is really about $5 trillion. So that even after the $2.1 trillion in tax hikes, the entitlement of the reconciliation package that includes the child allowances, the college tuition, the pre-K, national pre-K, universal child care, expanded Medicaid and Medicare programs will add massive debt.
Yep.
For decades to come. It doesn't matter. It's when you decide to add more taxes, you're just incentivizing people to, one, find loopholes, and two, either not pay it or charge more.
Yeah.
That's it.
Because, again, we are fallen human beings. We are sinful, horrible people. And what we end up wanting to do is pass the buck off to someone else.
Right, because
Quite literally.
nobody wants to pay for it.
Yeah, why should I have to sit here and jump through hoops and pay for all this crap? I shouldn't.
See, here's the thing, though. Not taxation. But we as American people, we as the populace, we do have to pay for it.
Yes. Yes. we do.
Eventually, we have to do something to pay for it. We have to take responsibility for the crap that we've allowed.
Yeah.
As a populace, we have to take responsibility. We have to go out there and educate ourselves. We have to make sure that we are responsible. We're not going to, as a populace, Some of us will. Some of us will.
Yeah, but
I mean, hell, I'm even lazy about it.
Not enough.
And I'm over here espousing that we should.
Yeah, but it's not going to be enough. Like, that's the thing. Like, we're going to get to a point where it's going to be too late.
Right.
And hell, we may already be there.
We might be there. I mean, we're pretty close to it. The fact that it's the same thing over and over again. We're constantly worrying about our own jobs. We're constantly worrying about our own families. We're constantly worrying about our own lives. Nobody's ever taught us how to manage finances. So we're always in debt. We're always going through the roof. We're always behind the eight ball. So you have constant pressure, constant stress. And then you add on top of it not only your daily life and your family life, but also what you hear from the media and the government and everything else. These panics, the COVID, the deaths, the murder hornets, the everything. All of these things combine to a point to distract you with the smallest details so that you don't focus on what we should be focusing on.
Yep. Look over here because this is what's important.
Here's the shiny. The shiny's important.
Yep.
No, it's not. It's not important.
It's never been important.
It's not important. It's like the people yesterday. The people arguing about who takes whose name. Not important.
Yeah,
it's not important.
Yeah, we've long worried about the wrong stuff.
Let's stop caring about, who takes whose name and what sexual orientation somebody is. That doesn't matter. What we need to care about is where the hell are these people driving us to?
Yeah. What is it? What does the end look like?
Yeah. What about all these people that have all of these jobs inside of government without being our representatives?
Yeah.
What about those folks?
The people who get to make the decisions without any
the people
accountability
that make,
or responsibilities on any level whatsoever.
All those people that make all of those rules that we all have to follow and nobody can. What about the multi-billions of dollars being handed out to the IRS to hire brand new IRS agents? Also weapons.
Yeah, because that's
the IRS.
That's what the IRS needs is weapons, right?
Yeah, the IRS needs an accountant with a gun. That's not a good idea.
Now remember, you don't get to have guns.
No, but the government's accountants do.
They do. They do.
They do.
You are nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Government tax agents get to have guns.
You, my son, do not.
Right.
Poo-poo
So why? I mean, we talk about this every day because culture is important.
Yeah.
It is important. The culture that we have around us is important. Well, once again, it's that idea that you have to be a moral just foundational people for our current system of government, even as it sits, for it to work properly for us. You have to be an informed, moral, and just people. So you have to focus a little bit on the culture side. You have to focus on those little small details in some ways.
But at the same time, stop worrying. So you don't worry so much about what's going on around you. You worry about you.
You don't have to call it out about every other person in your life.
Yeah.
Focus on yourself with those things. Make sure that you can stand and say that you're there.
Yeah. What are you doing? Right.
It doesn't matter about the rest of it. What are you doing? What are you doing? How are you doing it? That's it. Don't focus on anybody else. Don't focus on the snark on Twitter, which we love, by the way. Bring more this way. We love it. We focus on it because it's part of our show.
It's fun.
We enjoy your snark. But what I'm talking about, don't intentionally cause the issue to explode. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Don't be like the already pre-checked Twitter people that literally post stuff just so it explodes, just to make a big splash so that they can wait for the next thing to cause them more popularity.
Yep.
It's not necessary. Instead of that, what we should be doing, what we should be focusing on is, one, making sure that we ourselves
As individuals.
are standing upright.
Yep. Get your own house in order first before you start worrying about other people. Because here's the deal. If everybody does what they're supposed to do,
Yeah.
then everything kind of starts to work like it's supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm no longer sitting here looking at you, telling you what you should be doing and not doing what I need to do.
Right. If you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing to making sure that you and yours are taken care of, then you have no right to tell anybody else. I mean, so...
And it's just a fun distraction. That's all it is. It's
right.
a
All it is is a
distraction.
distraction. Like right now, okay?
Mm-hmm.
In my life, I'm trying to make sure that my finances are put back together.
Yep.
I'm not saying I'm terribly in debt or anything like that. I'm not. But I have some things that I want to take care of. And to be able to do those things, I have to initiate some sort of financial system.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do the cash system.
Tried that, huh?
I tried it. I worked for a little while. I can't do it. I hate pulling out cash.
Yeah,
I hate it. I hate pulling out cash. And maybe that's just me. Maybe, and it's not about the whole it hurts every time I pay for something. Like it really does. And not just in cash. Anytime I pay for it hurts. Physically hurts. It's like, it's going away. No, but
you got stuff to do.
I got stuff to do and I have to pay for those things. But that's not the issue is I had to come up, I had to find something that would work for me.
Well, that's the same thing like dieting and everything else.
Yeah,
And
everything has a
nothing
system.
is a blanket. You have to find what fits you.
So I'm currently doing a system.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it works. It seems to be working.
Yeah, I mean, it's still early, but
It's still early on. It seems to be working. And it's also something that, based upon the books that I've read,
yeah.
which I've read a lot of books,
Yeah.
especially in this sort of like self-improvement. I've read a lot of the self-improvement books. It's something that is pushed in almost every single one of them in one small way or another.
Yeah.
Like little tidbits of advice that get thrown out there throughout the books. It's there
Yeah.
every single time. And I'm like, I finally clicked.
I got it.
And so I'm going to wait a few more months and see how everything goes. If it goes right, I'm going to put it up on the website.
Yeah.
I'm going to put it up as like a little document on the website. Here, there you go.
Just to see.
Yep.
Hey, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, dude.
You know, and honestly, I'm almost pressured to make it one of those value added things for defenders out there. Like, hey, if this is something that you want, it might be one of those situations. But anyway, yeah, I think it's gonna work. But once again, that's just financial. That's not everything.
Yeah.
But that alleviates a lot of the stress out of your life. Get your financial house in order first if you need to.
Yeah.
And if you don't know how to do it, you can send an email. I'm not a professional and whatever else about that, but I'm pretty sure I know what I'm talking about here.
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure.
We'll see.
I'm pretty sure.
Maybe.
Yeah. I think it's going to work. Anyway, financially, you have to be in order. You have to be in order financially. Morally, you've got to be in order. You can't, personally, you have to be in order. Because you can't be of right mind and sound judgment without having that there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if your finances aren't good, you can be bribed.
That's what they say.
That's why certain federal agencies don't hire people if you have too much debt,
Yeah.
because you could be bribed. If you aren't a moral, upright person, then your judgment is terrible.
Yep.
And you will cause destruction and around everything you do. Just look at our government now.
What's wrong with our government now?
No, nothing.
You're implying that there's something wrong.
No, it's nothing at all. I mean, just don't even worry about it. It's nothing at all.
Not fair.
It's fine.
Oh,
It's completely fine.
you're talking junk about our government, but
Yeah.
they're perfect. They don't do anything wrong.
Sure. But yeah, if these things aren't right,
Yeah.
if you don't have your life in order, it's useless.
Mhm.
That's it. What?
I was just wondering how many times you're going to keep saying the same thing.
All the time.
You're going in circles. No,
wanna
I
know
got
why?
that, but
You want to know why?
it's what we call in the biz beating a horse.
No.
It's dead.
Yes, I know.
Move on.
No, I'm not going to. You want to know why? Repetition is the only way we learn.
I got that, but you.
No, I'm going to repeat it.
means spread it out.
No, I'm going to repeat it about 10 times. You want to know why?
No.
Yeah, you do.
Adam
Okay.
W. Johnson over on Twitter. And then the money they do leave us gets to pay for taxes on gasoline and
Right.
telecommunications, 9/11 surcharges,
Mm-hmm.
etc., etc.
Etc.
I'll be from the SAV. Anything you can do, I can do better, which is the now a congressional motto.
Mm-hmm.
Swedimus Prime at DOA show. Their case is that they are stealing it from the workers. Talking about the
The money.
hikes and stuff. Yeah.
They're stealing the money for the workers.
Dang it, Chris over there. And also raise taxes on the rich. The stuff they sell gets more expensive.
Yep.
We all pay more. The old Biden said that's not fair. Well, problem solved.
That's not fair.
Oh, you want to speak of something that the old Biden said?
What?
Or the Obama said?
Yeah, sure.
Remember Obama was all about open borders and everything else?
Oh, yeah, I heard about
He
this.
came back and
I heard
talked
about
some
that, yeah.
it wasn't horrible stuff.
He
But
was
now
talking
he's
trash.
like, I'm disappointed in Biden because, it's a travesty. It's not working. It's just open borders is a horrible idea. I don't understand why this is just failure.
You want to know someone else that came out about it?
Who?
Chris Wallace.
Shut up. Really?
Yeah, Chris freaking Wallace.
Chris Open Door Wallace. Okay.
Yeah. Chris Open Door Policy, come on in, Wallace. That guy, over the weekend,
Of course it's on the weekend.
was talking trash about the open, about
The
Del
border.
Rio and everything else. And he said, there's a thing that you could do. You could possibly build a fence. And then the guy next to him, like, a wall. He was like, yeah, you could build a wall and, put it on the border.
I love how apparently the irony is completely missed on these people.
For 4 years, Chris Wallace, you politicized building a wall
Just a tad.
and made it. You were one of the people that made it completely horrible politically to do anything.
And then you come up with it like it's your own new idea. Son
Yeah.
of a bitch, we could build a wall.
We could just build a wall.
Oh my God.
We can make a fence. Congress already has a bill that they can build a fence down there. We just need to pass the budget to make sure that it's right.
If they were not going to do that, which they said at the moment they were not going to do, then why
Right.
did they just put that money back into the pot instead of trying to take $3.5 trillion from us?
It's funny that you say that.
I know.
I don't think it's going to happen.
I know it's not going to happen. But it would be funny if it did. Mm-hmm. It should happen.
Yeah, it should happen. On tomorrow's show, I'm going to repeat everything I just said tonight.
Damn it.
That way you guys get it buried deep into your heads.
That's just painful.
I'm going to repeat it about 5 times tomorrow. Be prepared.
So make sure you go to AmericanPrideRoasters.com and get your supply of American Pride Roasters coffee. Order it on the way because it sounds like we're going to need it. American Pride Roasters coffee, historically great coffee, guaranteed to make you swallow every single time you put it in your mouth. The world is going to hell, but at least you can be satisfied and,
With a
content.
cup of coffee.
Cup of coffee that, is, I was going to say good to the last drop, but that's wrong.
That's
brand.
the wrong people.
Go to AmericanPrideRoasters.com. That is AmericanPrideRoasters.com.
You can check out Mojo50 over on their website, mojo50.com. You can also check them out on the iHeartRadio at the Mojo50 Radio banner. Click on that for 24/7 free speech talk.
Go to our website, doaeshow.com. Check out the archives in the shop and all that fun jazz. Become a Defender with us. Just go over there and peruse. You'll be, I think you'll be happy with it. Go to all the social medias of us. That's at DOA Show. Use the hashtag #ArmYourselves. Like, share, and subscribe and all that fun jazz. We're on TikTok. Check it out. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
Get your house in order. Bye.